I'm David Trainor, the founder and principal of Sentireal. We're a software development company and we make software apps for mobile and wearable devices. We specialise in the scientific education and training market and in particular medical and healthcare applications. The SBRI, or the Small Business Research Initiative, is a programme run by Innovate UK. It's a pre-procurement programme where a particular body, very often a public sector body, can provide effectively a competition or a challenge which is surfaced through a tendering process. And essentially it's a problem that they have identified that they don't currently have a technical solution for and are opening up to the private sector and particularly to SMEs. So the SBRI, or the Small Business Research Initiative, it tends to be divided into a number of phases, typically two. Phase one tends to be, in essence, a basic feasibility of the idea that was expressed in the application. Phase two then tends to be where a more formal prototype of the product or service is developed. The SBRI project that we were involved in was partnering with Betsy Cadwallader University Health Board in North Wales and looking at using mobile devices and mobile apps to provide assistive technologies for people who had suffered brain injury or brain trauma. The application process for SBRI is reasonably well structured, and there's a fairly standard application form which is completed and submitted through an online portal. But from the application submission date, from the application deadline to the announcement that we had actually been awarded the tender was probably about 3 months in our case. I think that's fairly typical. I think some of the SBRI competitions can be a little sooner, some a little later, depending on the structure, but it's typically of that order. We're a young startup company. We're indigenous to Northern Ireland, so obviously one of our early aims is to grow our exposure and our market penetration throughout the UK and beyond. Certainly the SBRI funding has been really significant. I think what it let us do was examine certain aspects, carry out certain R&D activities that we may not have been able to do as quickly. The three main benefits that our business has enjoyed from the SBRI project is enhanced exposure across a wider geographical area by being involved in a UK-wide project. It has also brought us into contact with a new and wider set of organisations who can be potential customers for our products in the future. And it's also enabled us to work more closely with Innovate UK, which has then had the knock-on effect of us being able to work with them in other related areas that may have future business benefits for us. It was a very positive process. I would recommend that other businesses make that attempt and try to put forward their own solutions for this type of competition. These competitions for SBRI are extremely competitive. They are UK-wide, so it is challenging to put in the necessary amount of upfront work and due diligence and so on to make it through to that final stage. The three tips I would give to businesses looking for government funding would be to be selective from the wide range of competitions that are available. Make sure you focus on the ones that are really well aligned with your own business case and business goals. Make sure that all the points in the application form and guidance notes for the competition are well addressed in the text that you actually prepare as part of the application, and also make sure to follow up with the governmental body that made the award, because very often successful awards in one area can lead to interactions that can lead to further success.